This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.
Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. It's your man Sim. I got Tony in the building. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm wearing all black because I'm feeling depressed right now. You know what I'm saying? Feeling a little bit depressed because the Knicks keep losing. We can't win. And the schedule is not going to get that much lighter. You know what I'm saying? Tonight was just, I don't know. Like, they started off getting smacked right from the beginning of the game, 12-0. They battled back, but it was just too much. They couldn't get over the hump. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't hit the timely three, but they would give up the timely three for the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? Every time Knicks battle back, boom, get it to 6. Steph Curry hit a 3. Somebody else hit a 3. Somebody else hit it. Every time. Couldn't get the loose ball. Giving up offensive rebounds. They kept battling. I can say that. They kept battling all night long. They battled, they fought, and battled. You know, but they couldn't get enough timely stops. They would get some timely stops, but they couldn't get enough of them. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't, they go on a run, they cut the game to 5. Then Jonathan Kuminga, boom, to the basket. Switch it to the left hand, lay it up, gets fouled. The game is 7-point lead. Then it's a 9-point lead. And, you know what I mean? We just couldn't, we just couldn't get over the hump. You know what I mean? Couldn't get over the hump. I'm going to be honest. I don't like I hate that we have to play a perimeter-oriented game. I really don't, because then it looks like we take a lot of bad shots. You know what I'm saying? We're struggling to get inside the paint. Second game in a row, we didn't, we scored under 100 points. It's getting rough. You know what I'm saying? It's getting rough. And the Knicks are now, 1 game above the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat play the Denver Nuggets tonight. Hopefully Denver does their job and takes care of the Heat so the Knicks can stay a game and a half above the Miami Heat. But, man, I don't know how we're going to scrape together wins until these guys get back. But we got to find a way to do it. You know what I mean? 4-8 in the month of February. After having a stellar January, the Knicks are now 4-8 in January. And really, it's in February. And really, it's all because of the injuries. Leave it, if you leave it to Greg and you leave it to Sean, it's Tom Thibodeau's fault that the injuries happened. But, so they'll blame Tibbs. But Tony, man, what's,
What's good with you, Sim?
Yeah.
It's all right, man. We're gonna be all right, man. It's good news. Everybody's making progress. You know what I mean? We should have some guys back, by the game that we going to on the 10th. That's what I'm predicting. So, get your tickets for that game, first off.
Word up.
We're gonna be stronger by the time that game comes.
Get your tickets for that game. The link is in the chat. The link is already tagged to the top of your YouTube chat. It's also in the description of the video. So get your tickets March 10th. March 10th. Hopefully that's the date that, one of the, hopefully we'll have guys back by that date. You know what I'm saying? So please get your tickets, ladies and gentlemen, before they're gone. Because they will be. I need to see you guys to get me out of this depression right now. You dig what I'm saying? Need it.
Hey, I'm telling you, man, you're going to see Randall and you're going to see OG that night. And they're going to be in uniform. And everything's going to be great. Andy going to bring that good luck. You
That'd
know
be
what I
so
mean?
great. You know what I mean? So great.
But tonight, just some things that stood out. We did not have an answer for Jonathan Kuminga. I'm gonna say if this is Jonathan Kuminga moving forward, he just prolonged Steph, Draymond, and probably even Clay if he's accepting this second unit role where he could be the man there. So yeah, shout outs to
Yo,
him or kudos to him because
yeah. Jonathan Kuminga, man, that kid is hooping.
so my
That kid
only
is
thing is
balling.
you
He's
would have
hooping.
thought OG would have been guarding somebody else if he was here. Now my thought is, oh man, we gotta put him on Kuminga.
Kuminga. Yeah. That dude was straight hooping tonight. He was hooping
like
tonight. You know what I mean? Yeah, 25
Precious
points for
didn't have an
Jonathan
answer.
Kuminga.
My bad.
No,
But
go ahead. Go
Precious,
ahead.
we was looking forward to the Precious matchup. That was a disaster. You see Hartenstein on him. He couldn't do that with him. It was like whoever was Josh Hart, whoever was on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he had one of them nights.
Yeah.
But my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Nah, and it's hurting the Knicks that Isaiah Hartenstein is on limited minutes too. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes they need him out there. They need his size out there. You seen the Knicks just giving up offensive rebound after offensive rebound because you didn't have the size out there to be able to rebound the ball. Jericho Sims was doing what he could do, but those guys are really quick on their feet. They're playing hard. They get to every loose ball. They played phenomenal defense on Jalen Brunson tonight, in my opinion. Although Brunson, had a decent game from the floor, they made it tough for him when he got inside the paint to get shots up. They played phenomenal defense on him, and they kind of, played more of an aggressive game than the Knicks play, to be honest with you. I remember one time, I think it was Brunson who came down on the fast. Maybe it was Josh Hart. He came down on his fast break and somebody went up with him, and then skying over the back of him was Gary Payton Jr. I was like, yo, these dudes is just relentless right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell? You know what I mean? They was just balling out there. They played the kind of basketball, at least on that side, that I really do like. When they were really playing an aggressive style game, basketball,
What I will say is, they are in a more dire situation currently than we are in the standings. A longer hill to climb to get out of the play-in and into like a secure playoff spot. You know what I mean? And I'm not justifying our effort because I think we had the effort, but you know what I mean? I also think there was another level that we could have reached that we didn't really reach tonight. You know what I mean? For whatever reason. Do you think Bojan is better without Brunson or with Brunson?
He's probably better without because, he's, while he can shoot, he can be in a catch and shoot situation, he can do catch and shoot. I think he probably gets some rhythm by being able to create a little bit for himself. You know what I'm saying? So when he's out there with Brunson, he's not going to have the ball in his hands. He's going to be more of a catch and shoot type of guy. You know what I mean? So I think, maybe he's better without Brunson out there on the floor, where he can have the ball in his hands a little bit. But, I haven't seen a whole lot to know yet. You muted.
My bad. I feel like we should use him more with Brunson, not necessarily to start him yet or start him, but I feel like he'll open things up for Brunson because he's another threat, and the fact that Hart, even though Hart was, kudos to Hart tonight. He was hitting that three, shooting that three. But you know what I mean? They obviously leaving him open, and that's getting the ball out of Brunson's hands, and you know what I mean. So I just feel like it might open things up a little bit for Brunson. It feels like everything is difficult for him as of late. You know what I mean? And yeah, he's still having good games,
Yeah.
but it's feel like he gotta exert so much effort and energy for every bucket.
He does.
I'm just trying to think of what can we do to help that part. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I mean,
Now,
until
when
these guys,
DiVincenzo was hitting,
yeah,
that changes things
exactly,
too.
exactly.
But they know DiVincenzo's a threat, so they're not leaving. You know what I mean? They're not leaving DiVincenzo,
Right.
whether he's hitting or not.
Right.
So,
But somebody else has to demand a double team. And that's the thing that we're missing right now. There's nobody else that's going to demand a double team because Dante DiVincenzo, he doesn't pull up that much, right? So without him pulling up, a guy can just crowd his space, and if he does get to the basket, somebody else is helping out. He's not doing anything in the mid-range area. It's either at the basket or shooting a three, right? Which means that, he's not going to command any kind of a double team. There's nobody else out there to demand a double team where you can put him and Brunson, that person and Brunson on the same side of the floor, and they're not going to leave that person. When you got Randall, you can have Randall screen for Brunson. They're not going to leave Randall, right? Or even if Randall's on the opposite side of the floor and Brunson gets in the paint, you know what I'm saying? They're going to stay home on Randall. You know what I mean? So that's right now, all 4 or 5 guys, 3 or 4 guys, I'll say, is there when Brunson gets in the paint.
but that's why I feel like Bojan would change that. You know what I mean? More minutes with him. I don't think they. You know what I mean?
That could.
I'm not
that
gonna
could.
say he's a definitive double team threat, but if he get hot because you deciding to help off of him,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? He becomes a double team threat. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Nah, yeah.
So,
I feel you on that.
but
Yeah.
it might be too late to kind of explore that right now because I think our guys are coming back.
Man, we gotta explore anything over these next couple of games that they come back. Shoot, I'm ready to explore cheating. I want to win. Let me get to a phone call. Silk, what's popping with you, brother? How you feeling?
What up, fellas? What up, Sam? What
I'm
up,
chilling.
Tony? I see my man Ron in the house. What's up,
Yeah,
fellas?
no
What's going
doubt.
on? Yo, I got a question.
Yeah.
If you know where I'm coming from, Sam. What is the Knicks starter success? They got 2 guys who consistently scored 20. And we got 1 guy that can assist between 15 and 20. And that used to be RJ. That used to be our success. And we got 2 defenders, Grimes, who could sometimes hit a shot, and the center who could defend. That's always been our starters' offensive success. Brunson, Randall, consistent 20-point scorers, and sometimes RJ chipping with 15 to 20. Right now, we got 2 guys. Dante is a good scorer, but he's not consistent. He get hot streaks, he get cold streaks. Brunson's the only guy in the lineup that can score. They leave him hot and they leave him precious. To go ahead, take your shot if you can. And they triple team in Brunson. I need Bogey, and I know he's shaky on defense, but nobody was stopping Kuminga tonight. So we need another guy to get these guys off of Brunson's back.
Mm-hmm.
They won't leave Bogey alone. Bogey has some post game. Bogey can threaten the paint like Randall and Brunson can threaten the paint. Bogey and Brunson can threaten the paint. That means Dante's wide open for threes. We need a third consistent 20-point scorer in the starting lineup until our guys come back. I know he's shaky on defense. He don't really suck on defense. He's just like a slow turtle sometimes. But at least he will give Brunson a break from getting beat up. Because right now he's getting beat up. Because three guys are coming at him all the time, especially at the start of the game. And Tibbs is sitting there biting his nails. We were down 14-0. I'm like, yo, switch somebody out. Change something. Stop waiting till the 4-minute mark before you bring Bogey in. Stop reading the chart. Stop doing the routine, Tibbs. Look at the game. We getting killed because we can't score. You can't play. You can't. As soon as we were down 17-0 against Golden State, and Curry loved scoring in the Garden, I knew no matter how hard we were coming back, we wasn't coming back. Because this team was scoring on us all game long. If we had Randall, we might have been able to slow down Kuminga. But we didn't have Randall, so we had to try to score with him. I don't know why Tibbs is stuck on Precious, because we got 3 guys. You can see it. They leaving Precious alone. Hart hitting threes. I give him that credit. They leaving him alone. They know Hart ain't gonna be posting up in the paint. So it's like three guys coming at Brunson as soon as he cross half court. With Bogey in there, they're not doing that.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, when I watch it, with because him and Brunson played on the floor tonight together. I don't know if I seen much difference, and maybe they just didn't have enough. Maybe they just didn't have enough time. I know he is. You know, he's a shooter, but the Knicks have guys that, I mean, you know, you got some guys that can knock it down out there. You know, Precious isn't really a shooter. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna leave him open. But I don't know if I've seen that much of a difference. But you know, maybe the minutes isn't as much.
It wasn't that different. It wasn't that effective. As far as makes and misses when that change was made, but the scheme of the defense changed and the type of shots Brunson got changed.
I mean, I don't know. When I looked at it,
I just think we were already in a hole. Yeah. You know what I mean? We was already under pressure to try to, you know, jack up some shots at times or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, when I looked at it in the fourth, when he played them in the fourth, to me it didn't look like there was much of a difference with the shots that Brunson was getting. I felt like he was still.
He had Burks in there. Get the hell! Don't put Burks and Bogey together. Please stop putting Burks and Bogey together.
I mean, but Burks is a guy that they have to respect from the 3-point line too, because he's not hitting right now, but he can hit. You know what I'm saying? You know he can shoot it, so they got to respect that. I just didn't see much of a difference, even with Burks or Bogey out there on the floor with him. And, you know, with Deuce, I thought Deuce should have played a lot more, though. That was the guy I wanted to see play a lot more tonight, especially in that second half. I thought he was playing really, really well defensively. He was getting in the passing lanes. He was knocking down threes when they were open. He should have been playing a lot more tonight.
And as soon as he pulled Deuce, that was another. I was going to bring that up, too. That was another change in the dynamic. Yep. And I did notice he brought Deuce back in.
He brought him back in.
It was after a 5-point run.
Yep.
5-0 run. But you know what I mean? Like,
and as soon as he pulled him,
he should have never took him out.
He should have never took him out. As soon as he brought Alec Burks in for Deuce, and that was a mistake. And that was a mistake. He should have kept Deuce out there because he was playing aggressive defense, getting in the passing lanes, knocking down the shots that were there. He was one of our only sources of transition because he was getting in the passing lanes. You know what I'm saying? They should have kept him out there. Top
and that's what I kept mentioning about you know, I'm not trying to bash Tibbs, but about Tibbs, it don't matter if Deuce is playing well or not. When Tibbs is ready to make a change, he's always the sacrificial lamb.
He's always the guy.
You know what I mean? So and that's the one thing that's why I question, is he going to get the run in the playoffs or not? Is he going to be situational when we 100% or not? Because it always seems to be McBride, and nobody could deny he's playing phenomenal since the trade.
He's playing ball,
you know what I mean? Like,
no doubt.
At least as far as his best basketball.
Right. And actually, he brought Brunson back in, but when he brought Brunson in, he brought him in for Deuce. He should have brought him in for Alec Burks.
Because he's worried about size with Moses Moody and all that. I understand. Because Deuce, to me, right now with Brunson, it's looking like quickly with Brunson. They look like they're working good together. I don't want to see Burks with Bogey. If you got Bogey on the game, I don't want to see Burks. If Bogey's off the game, you want to bring Burks in? Yes. It seems like for whatever reason, they don't look good together. When Bogey and Burks are in the game at the same time with whatever lineup we got, we get beat defensively. I don't want to see Bogey and Burks no more. That's why I'd rather have Bogey starting, because Bogey's good scoring when eyes are on other people and he gets them open shots. He's not good with the bench when he got to be the one-on-one post and one-on-one athletic kind of dude scoring. He's not good at that. Like I tell you, I was watching Detroit games in November when he came back because I was interested in him being that backup power forward. So I've been watching how he plays. He don't play. You got him with Deuce, who's not a breakdown guy. You got him with Burks, who's not a breakdown guy. You got him with Hart, and now he's the primary scorer off the bench. He's not good at that. He's better when you got Spider and other people looking at him, and then he just opened the free range, move to the lane, lay up, score when eyes on other stars on the team. And then he just be cooking. Right now, you got him with the bench, and he's the primary scorer because the other guys are not really hitting right now. That's why I want him on the starting lineup with Brunson to take the pressure off of Brunson, because then he could get hot and get warmed up. Then if he comes on the bench, he's warmed up in the first quarter, then maybe he can carry us for a quarter. But I don't see Tibbs doing it. He want to stick with pressure. I love pressure. You know, my pressure. But he ain't scoring right now. We need some points. We can't just rely on Brunson and Dante to give us points. Because Dante sometimes gets a little slow started.
Yeah.
He gets started in the second half, but first quarter, he be missing a little bit.
Yeah.
But Tibbs being that stubborn short there, who I trust like the Mafia. I trust my man. Come on, man. Look at the game.
I mean,
10 points.
I get what you're saying.
Nothing.
I don't mind Bogey starting, but then, you know, if Bogey starts and the team is, you know, killing us on the glass, whatever, then somebody else is going to call in and say, why you start Bogey? Put Precious back in there.
Nah.
You know, say right now,
anyway.
the thing is, you know, it's tough when you're in a situation like this, and you know you don't got players, all of that. It's tough to make lineup decisions because you know you don't have the players. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't mind trying Bogey in the starting lineup though and see what it looks like.
Cause look, our success has always been that. RJ wasn't no defensive stalwart. He got beat, but he could score. Our success has always been three guys you got to rely on that could beat you. RJ driving to the lane, Randall posting in three-pointer, Brunson doing however he do it. We always had success with three guys you had to worry about. Now we don't have three guys. And when we had four guys with OG, we were killing it. Because now you have four guys, Dante, Randall, OG, and Brunson. You have four guys you had to worry about scoring.
Yeah, no,
so that's why we went 14-2.
I get that. Them guys ain't here right now. So now, I mean, the thing is, like, this ain't Detroit. You know what I mean? You definitely, you can try it and see how it reacts. That's all you can do is try it.
Because they ain't gonna be back for 2 weeks. Give me 2 weeks, at least a week, and see what. Because this ain't working. This has been a 2 weeks of how struggling in the first quarter. We're struggling to score sometimes in these first quarter games. If Brunson and Dante's not hot, we're struggling to score in the first quarter, and we got to work our way back all game.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You know, if they're not hot, you're going to struggle to score. They're the only two guys that can score. But, you know, Bogey's had a couple of decent games. He's had a couple of decent games. Brooks hasn't had any yet. But Bogey's had a couple of decent games. You know, we'll see if that's something he chooses to make.
Yeah, because I think Bogey would be better with Brunson because he don't have to be the primary trying to get in the post, beat everybody one-on-one, and people creeping behind him and kind of double team. That's not his game. He's not athletic enough to be able to beat two guys on one. But if you got guys looking at other people, Dante and Brunson, and he's there on the three or on the post or on the slip cut layup, he's going to beat guys that way. That's his game. I see him in Detroit. And I was watching Detroit games. I've been talking about
Detroit though, he was a guy that had
him with Spider.
Yeah, I know. In Detroit though, he was a guy that had to have the ball in his hands to try to get some buckets because he was one of the only scorers. You know what I'm saying?
No, he started. He started with Cade.
No, I know he started.
They were watching Cade. They were watching Jaden Ivey.
Right,
and he was scoring.
Yeah, but he still, like, he had, he was one of the guys. He was one of their best scorers. So, a lot of times he was creating his shot too. I feel like he gets his rhythm a little bit that way by having the ball in his hands.
True.
I know he can go. I know he can go. He can shoot off the ball too. But I feel like he does get some rhythm by having the ball in his hands.
I know. I just want to give me 3 games of starting them. If we get killed, then I understand it. Then I was wrong. But Tibbs like stuck on that chart. 4 minutes, I see Bogey come in. When we down 14-0, he should have came in at the 9-minute mark. We needed offense.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Me personally, we could, I think you can try it. I just feel like we got this group of guys, and this group of guys ain't good enough to win games. No,
yeah, I know.
However you put the line on, I just don't know if they're good enough to win games.
I just seen our Knicks success over the years. it's always been 3 guys in the starting lineup that can give us at least 15 to 20.
Yeah.
Right now, we only got 2 of those guys that could do that.
Yeah.
Only 2. You count on Hart to consistently give us 15 to 20, and we in trouble. He's doing a better job now, but he ain't a consistent 15 to 20 guy. Our starting line always gave us 15 to 20 to stay in the game, and then Mobb Deep came in and kind of either pushed it or kind of kept it even. Right now, we missing that third 20-point scorer who can consistently shoot the ball in the starting lineup. That's why we're struggling.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's the only reason why we're struggling. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just think it's a lot. I just don't think we have the horses. That's just how I don't think we have the horses, really.
Because we're not scoring, Sim. That's why
I know. I think we're not scoring because we don't got the horses that can. I think we're not scoring because we don't got the horses that can score like that, like we think. I just don't think we have enough talent right now with this basketball team. I really don't.
I mean,
but we got to score on the bench. But Tim don't want to bring him into the 4-minute mark. We got to score on the bench. Burks ain't it, but Bogey is the scorer. But we don't want to bring him in the starting line because he want to keep the defense intact and the rebound and the shot block.
Yeah,
I understand that, but if we need points.
I mean, I get it because I thought he should have played more in the previous game. You know what I'm saying? I definitely did. But if he's also giving up points on the other side, then it's going to offset anything that he does. So I don't know. I don't know. I just don't feel like we. You know, I think he can play. He played 18 minutes tonight. He probably can play more minutes, although this team is very athletic, moved around really, really fast. So he was probably a liability. He was 0 for 7 from the field. You know what I'm saying? So he was probably a liability on that side of the floor, and it might have made it hard to use him out there. But I just don't think we got the horses. That's just.
You know what I thought, Sim? I thought we needed somebody to make Kuminga work. Kuminga with the scoring, and he hadn't played no D on nobody. We needed somebody that Kuminga had to worry about. He wasn't worried about Precious. They wasn't really worried about Hunt. They were leaving him wide open. That dude was just too easily just scoring and playing defense. He needed to be worried about somebody beating him sometime.
Yeah, I mean
that's what. And he got hot. When he got hot, he was tough all game.
Yeah, I mean I get it. I mean, you know, I don't know.
It's just my frustration. I want to see Tim try something different, but he gonna stick to his chart till next year. And then he may change.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm just saying, I'm not sure if I'm not sure if it's gonna do exactly what we think, but we could, you know, I'm willing to try.
Let's try.
You know what I'm saying?
We're losing. Let's try.
You know, I wouldn't mind going small, having like I enjoyed watching the lineup when Deuce was out there with Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart and Isaiah Hartenstein, and I think Bogdanovich was on the floor too. To be honest with you,
right?
It was Dante. It was Dante. It was Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Deuce, and Isaiah Hartenstein. I kind of like that lineup. They were small though. You know what I'm saying? Warriors play small, so
they were active.
But
yeah, me too.
I'm really liking. I would like to see Deuce really. I would really like to see Deuce out there more because he's shooting the ball. You know, his little pull up is working. You know, he plays aggressive defense no matter what. You know, obviously size is the issue, but I don't know. We got a lot of things going on right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's struggling.
Yes, sir. Honestly, I would like that lineup with Precious instead of Burks. I Precious, Dukes. I Precious, Brunson, McBride, and Bojan. I would have rather had the 2 defensive guys and the 3 scorers. Give me the 2 small guys because McBride, Deuce, and Brunson play good together. Put Bonte as the guy who's sitting out there waiting for the catch and shoot, and put the defensive guys in there as I close the lineup. But when they bring Burks in there with Bojan, we suck. I see it. We suck.
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. In my opinion, in this game tonight, right when Bogdanovich and Burks and Deuce and that second unit was in the game against the Warriors, that's when we made our runs. every time they brought their horse, or every time they brought Curry and Kuminga and Draymond, and then we countered with Brunson and whoever else, that's when they made their runs. You know what I'm saying? But when it was Burks and Bogey and Josh Hart, because Josh Hart played most of the game, and Deuce, and then sometimes it would be Jericho Sims. Not sometimes, it would be Jericho Sims. That's when we were making our runs. I mean, when we cut it all the way down to 5, right? And I was looking at the lineups. We had that lineup in the game. We cut it down to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Jericho Sims was on the line, and I was like, please, we need you to make these, because here comes Steph Curry, here comes Jonathan Kuminga, here comes Draymond Green. We need you to make these free throws. He made one and missed one. It was a 5-point game. As soon as those guys got back in the game, boop, 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 10-point lead.
I know.
That group actually, I thought, played well tonight.
But like you said earlier, it should have been Brunson for Burks, not Brunson for Dukes.
Yeah, it should have been Brunson.
What I mean? And I think that's the main. You know what I mean? It goes back to what I've been saying. Like, it don't matter how good Deuce is playing.
Yeah.
If something is going wrong in that non-full starting unit, Deuce is the guy that's gonna be the sacrificial lamb, and because Brunson comes in to stabilize. But unless Deuce is the one messing up, I think he should play with Brunson. You know what I mean? Because most of the time he's effective on those minutes. You know what I mean? In his minutes.
You know why, Tony? Tibbs got a thing with size. He sees Brunson and Deuce, and he said, I got to get somebody bigger.
I mean,
so he switches. Even though Deuce is playing good with Brunson, he did the same thing with Quickly. Brunson and Quickly played good together, but as soon as it started getting a little bigger, even though they're playing good together, he'll switch somebody else who's bigger than Quickly. Tibbs got a thing with size. He wants size.
I mean, they would be really small. I think if you have Deuce out there, you got to make another change in the lineup somewhere, right? Because if you have Deuce, Precious wouldn't be in the lineup then. If you have Deuce out there, because he's not taking.
Deuce and Brunson.
I'm saying
that's my lineup.
Who?
Precious, Deuce, Bogey, Precious, Iheart, Bogey, Deuce, and Brunson. You got 3 bigs. You got 2 small guys, and you got 3 shooters.
So you're taking Dante out.
If they rolling. See, Dante came back in because Burke did that stupid fake move, and he got his shot blocked. And as soon as Tibbs saw that, he took him out. And that's when Dante came back in the game. So I would have kept that group in there rolling until they wasn't.
No, I'm talking starting lineups, though. I'm talking starting lineups. You know, are you bringing Deuce in for Dante? We're talking starting lineups. Are you bringing Deuce in for Dante?
Not starting lineup.
Right. So if you're talking starting lineup,
if they playing well,
I mean, if you're talking starting lineup, then you're bringing Deuce in. Then he's either coming in for Hart or Precious. If he comes in for Hart, right, then you know you keep the same size differential. If he comes in for Precious, you get way small.
No, I can't do that. I'm not starting Deuce, but it's Deuce and Brunson and the third four quarters rolling. I can use that as a closing line of the shock team with 3 bigs and Deuce and Brunson.
Yeah.
It seems like they these past 3 games, I'm noticing they play good together.
Yeah.
They kind of look like maybe Deuce is working out with Brunson and learning stuff how to play with each other because they look more like how quickly and Brunson used to look.
Yeah. You know what all of this conversation is pointing to?
What?
Desperation.
Yes, we are.
Desperation. When not just teams, even businesses, when they're going through all kinds of turmoil, changes, and moving things around, you know they're desperate.
Well, ain't we? How many days we won in the past 2 weeks? 3?
Yeah, we're getting a little desperate. That's what I'm saying. We're getting a little desperate. Getting a little desperate right now.
I mean,
I know.
Well, Tibbs obviously ain't, because he ain't adjusting. He ain't budging anything.
Yeah.
He ain't willing to try anything. You know what I mean?
I tell you, like, This how I do it.
That's why
This is what it is.
I'm not a Tibbs hater, but that's the one thing about Tibbs that's frustrating me. He don't want to try it just to see if you might get hot, and it might work for a quarter or something.
Yeah,
He don't want to
you know, it's almost like a team. It's like a team that shoots threes. You live by the three, you die by the three. And Tom Thibodeau, he lives by his structure and dies by his structure. Right?
I was
His
cursing at the
structure,
TV, Sam.
like, I mean, listen, his structure is what got the Knicks where they are, but his structure is what also causes him to not make adjustments.
And his structure is what keeps us, what could allow us to go down by 20 points and fight back and you know, and give ourselves within the fighting chance. So,
right. Both of them.
That's why I'm not, like, I never really be getting on Tibbs. You know what I mean? But certain times, like when he took Deuce out, I was like screaming at the TV, like, no, leave him in. He's balling right now. His defense is on point. It's changed the game. You know what I mean? Because Deuce went on a 5-0 run, I think, by himself.
Yeah.
Right before. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
Tony, you know when I was cursing at the TV? When I saw that score 10-0, and he called a timeout, and the same damn lineup came out. I like, why are you bringing the same lineup every 10-0? Can we get a score in there? At least for a good 3 or 4 minutes to see if we can get a point. Can you get a score, a third score in there? That's when I was cursing at the TV. I'm not a Tib hater. I got friends who Knicks fans who be getting on Tibbs. I'm not. I see his structure. I see what he's trying to do. But sometimes when something's not working, you got to break the trend to see if you can get. So
I guess the only thing I would add to that, and then I'm gonna let you rock, so is when do you decide something's not working?
10-0. And we ain't
I mean, but here, I get that 10-0, but right, is it not working because you weren't getting the shots, or is it not working because guys were missing the shots?
No, we wasn't able to get a shot because they were triple teaming Brunson, and the only person that was taking the shot was Hart.
I mean, because when Bogey got in, he missed like 2 layups.
I know, but who
right?
Was he
you know, he's mad at himself for that, and I don't think it wasn't who scored our first bucket.
Dante with a layup because they jumped at him and he drove to the lane and scooped it in. That was our first point. They came at him hard and he drove by Draymond and them and scooped the pass. That was our first point. I want to say they were counting our shooters. We needed a third shooter. Our success with the starting lineup has been 3 guys who can consistently score. That's our.
I know, but this ain't the same. This ain't the same team. That's what I'm saying. We've had success with certain players doing that, but I just don't know if I just don't think we have the horses. I think you can put whatever 5 you want out there, and we're still gonna struggle.
See, I think that's all. Can score.
Because
like RJ could score
I know he can score, but when we've stayed close with teams during this stretch, you know, it's been because we've been able to play some stifling defense. And it's been able to keep us. We've been able to cause some turnovers, get loose balls, hustle for offensive rebounds, and things like that. And that's what's really kept us close.
And I'm not mad at that. Like I talked to you last time, Sam. I just want us to get off a better start. And then if something's not working on it and we need to switch out offense for defense, we can do it. But our start has been slow lately. Pace has went out on us. This team went out on us. A lot of teams, Orlando went out on us. A lot of teams are getting out on us because we only got 2 guys who can shoot in the starting lineup. And if they're a little slow, we down 6, 7, 9 for 9. We're trying to get the defensive guys in to come back.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm saying is I think whoever we put out there right now, teams is jumping out on us because I just don't think we have either we're going to give up something defensively and they're going to score, or you know, we're going to struggle. We're going to play tough defense and make it tougher for them to score. Because teams haven't come out and jumped on us like 12-0, 14-0. Hasn't been like that. Not like it was today.
But the other game,
but we've been getting off to bad first quarters.
Last game, Tim used 3 timeouts before the first quarter ended.
Yeah, I mean, because we don't have good players.
I'm just frustrated. All right, guys.
Yeah, I just don't think we have good players right now. I mean, we got good players, but role players. We playing with one primary guy, and then everybody else is a role player. You know what I mean?
I just want to get Bogey a shot because I know he's been a starter before. He knows how to
I get it.
score. I just want to
I get
see
it.
what it looked like with him and Brunson with Dante started. One game. Give me
Yeah.
one game.
Yeah. I get it.
All
I get
right.
it. We'll
All
see.
right,
All
fellas.
right,
I'm
so
out of here.
appreciate it.
One.
Peace. Ron, what's going on with you, man? You've been quiet throughout this whole time.
Yeah, because I just want to let everybody get theirs off and say what they got to say. And I don't know if everybody wants to hear what I got to say. So I've been waiting.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like the starts. Like I'm looking at against the Pelicans, the first we started off 5-0, right? And by 6 minutes, it was 10-10.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's 6 minutes into the game. That's basically the start of the game. 13-12, 15-12. Now we're getting into the subs. I don't know. I think however we go out
can I
there,
be honest, Sam?
However we go out there, it's gonna be tough.
Let me just get this out. It's same old Knicks right now. Same old Knicks. Okay, we had some young talent out here. R.J. Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, Obi Toppin. All of these guys were contributing for our team, but we saw the bigger picture and we thought that they weren't going to be the answer for this team. And so we were crazy with it. We made some rash trades. Fool's gold. OG Anunoby stay hurt. We knew he stay hurt, but we said, maybe he won't be hurt for us. Nope, he's hurt for us. We go out there, we get Alec Burks and Bojan. Bojan is a decent player. Burks is washed. More trash right now. Quickly, since the All-Star break, last 4 games, he's averaging 20-plus points per game. Last game, he had 28 and 9. R.J. Barrett, last 4 games since the All-Star break, averaging 20-plus. Obi Toppin yesterday had 16 and 6. These guys are balling, and we out here looking crazy right now, struggling because we don't got healthy players. We not going anywhere with this bunch of dudes we got, and we just gonna be sitting back watching everybody else in the playoffs once again. All right, I'm joking, guys. That ain't really me. That's what the fans be saying, baby.
I knew he was doing it.
Oh, like this doesn't even sound like Rob.
We good, baby. We good. Nah, but seriously, look at Craig. Thank you, Ron, for keeping it real. Nah, Craig, I can't go all the way. It's too much, bro. There's just too many bad things that have hit this team at the wrong time. Look, we're gonna keep saying it over and over. Knicks fans don't want to hear it anymore. The injury bug has never hit this team the way it's hit this team right now when we were actually good with valuable pieces that were balling. We have not experienced this in a very long time, and the Knicks just can't recover. We're going up against teams that are maybe lesser quality than us, but they're playing up when they play us. So they're giving us their best. And then we're also playing teams that are just as good as us or have been struggling all season, but now we're catching them at the time where they're clicking. Golden State struggled all year, but right before the All-Star break, they went on a streak. Coming off the All-Star break, they're still on a streak. Like some of these teams we're playing, New Orleans was struggling most of the year. Before the All-Star break, they started getting hot. After the All-Star break, they're still playing good basketball. This stuff has been happening, and we are just catching everything at the wrong time, Knicks fans. And for the Knicks fans who keep saying, Quickly's doing this, RJ's doing this. Yeah, they're doing it because they're on a team where they're the focal points. They're getting the touches. RJ and Quickly on the Knicks are 3rd, 4th, maybe even 5th options because we got other guys. So it doesn't look the same. You can't compare RJ Barrett, who's getting 20 plus touches a game, or Quickly, who's getting 15 to 20 touches a game, to what they were getting here with the Knicks and expect that the value is going to be equal. It's just not. They are decent players who might be really good players over time because they're in a system that is benefiting them. They're having a chance to get the shots up. They're having a chance to get the usage. So let's stop living in the past. Let's move on. The only thing that I would say that's wrong with this Knicks team is that maybe Alec Burks is washed. Okay. I still think it's early. I still think we got to give him a little time, but maybe he's a little funky. And let me tell you, Deuce might be saying the best thing that ever happened to me was Alec Burks, because when he's out there, Deuce looks great. So I don't know, man. It's a little crazy right now. I think we are. I don't want to keep saying we all right, because I honestly, I'm a little worried now that I know a little bit more about Julius and the injury and the fact that he really may have to shut it down. And even if he plays, we may not get the best of him. He may be forced to shut down because he could get re-injured. And then the OG thing, I don't know, man. At some point, I'm like, yo, I know you don't want to go out there if you're not 100%, but we hemorrhaging, B. So I don't know. It's tough. It's a really tough, and I really feel bad for Jalen Brunson because Jalen Brunson is trying to do whatever he can to will this team, and you still got fans saying that he's doing too much, that he's not looking for his team. Look at this game tonight. Look at the shooting. And this is another thing. Bottom line, no matter what team we got out there, if we got everybody healthy, if the rebound disparity between the Knicks and the other team is 3 rebounds, we got 56, they got 53. That's not good enough. That's not the Knick way of doing things when it comes to rebounding. And the other side, we shot 35%, 36% from the field, 30% from 3. You can't win like that. Not for the way our team is, and we're not getting a huge amount of rebounds and second chance opportunities. I think it's tough. So I don't know. All right, I got it all out. I'm good now.
So when you was going on your initial rant, the only thing that I believed you on was when you said Burks was washed. And then I'm sitting here thinking, like, man, is he? I hope not. You know what I mean? But that was the only thing I was like, I believe you. Everything else, I'm like, nah, he gotta be trolling.
No, definitely.
You almost had it. You almost had it.
A little bit. I was about to throw a Donovan Mitchell in there too and really sell it. But the point that I want to make is I really still think that Burks is going to be beneficial to this team. But I'm not sold on the fact of why I think that's going to happen. 'Cause like if OG comes back or Randall comes back or they both come back, I think Burks is going to fit really good in his role. And finally, I just don't know if we're going to see it the way I think it's going to happen because now I'm a little worried. This injury thing, sometimes it's a season where these injuries creep up and they're just bad, man. And I think this is that year for us. I'm hoping we get healthy somehow, but I'm not feeling confident about it. Not now.
I am.
But look at you. Yeah. Go to sleep when you say that, Tony, because
on the 10th, man, I'm telling you, man. You got your ticket.
I hope you're right, brother. Hope you're right.
You coming? You coming to the game?
No, I'm not going to be at the game, but I will be at Legends.
Okay.
I ain't missing International Andy coming in. Nah,
Yeah,
I
can't
gotta
do that.
Come on, man.
Can't miss it. You can't miss it. Oh man, this feels like the old days. You know what I'm saying? This feels like the old days.
You're not bringing me down tonight, bro. I'll tell you, we got 2 more games. You know what I mean? I want them both. I'm happy on a split. But I'm telling you, man, OG gonna be back on the 10th.
I hope so.
And I think Randall gonna be back on the 10th too.
I hope so.
Yeah, man. I hope you're right, bro. I hope you're right. This Knick team is reminding me, but we're not playing that way. But it's reminding me of the 4th seed year where we were in a lot of games. I don't mean once we hit and took off. Before we hit and took off, we were in a lot of games down the stretch. We didn't win them, but we were right there. Now, I'm not saying we were right there tonight. I think Golden State was handily going to win. They just looked like they were just more comfortable than us, and we weren't shooting well. But I just feel like because of the injuries, we're always going to be right there. A chance to be in the game, a chance to win, but we just don't have enough. We're just missing something. And I don't know. Maybe now they do actually have to explore that market, that waiver market, the buyout market.
I mean, honestly, it sucks because the only thing I think we would really be beneficial. I mean, not the only thing, but the main thing is really a backup point guard, like for that second unit. I think that'll get things in order. It'll lessen the burden of Brunson having to, you know what I mean, play with them as well. Because our second unit it hasn't flourished yet. It hasn't found it's niche. Tonight was nice. I ain't gonna lie. It's probably the best minutes they've played collectively. Not like non-Brunson minutes. But what else do you think we're gonna find on on that buyer's market?
That's the thing. The names out there right now. I mean, some names look okay, but I mean, they're not really. I mean, Patty Mills is a player that always had a little spark to him, but I don't know. Like when you don't hear somebody's name getting called, you don't see the highlights. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe that spark is starting to die down a little bit. That's the reason why Atlanta's moving on. I don't know, but he might be somebody that might work because he does shoot the ball well at the very least. He has some defensive acumen. He's small, so I don't know how Tibbs feels about going back to those small backcourt lineups again. That like the option of having Patty Mills and Brunson out there at the same time.
No, I don't think he would play with Brunson.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No. I don't think he would play at all with Brunson.
Yeah, but like he might be somebody that they really need to look at because I don't see a lot of names that are popping up. And you know, a lot we were talking about it before, but then it was like he doesn't really fit what we're missing. But who knows, man? I mean, Marcus Morris, bro. Like we don't know if Julius is coming back. And if he comes back, we don't know how long we're going to have him. So,
yeah, I seen Marcus Morris. Marcus Morris might be an idea, you know, to give, you know, that might be a good idea. You know what I mean? To give us some of that, you know, he can give some mid-range post-ups. You know what I'm saying? He's got, you know, that, yeah, he could be an idea. He can score a little bit in the post. He might be able to draw a double team every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? To help give Brunson, you know, a little bit more space and breathing room.
Yeah, he could rebound and he an enforcer.
Yeah.
and shout out to the chat, man. I don't want none of y'all to feel slighted. I see some of y'all putting these names, Patty Mills and Marcus Morris, but we've been talking about these names for a couple weeks now. Calm down. just want to make sure everybody knows.
Hold up. Ish Smith got bought out?
Yeah, well, Ish Smith has been sitting out there. We talked about Ish Smith before. I don't know what's going on with Ish Smith, why nobody's taking a real look at him. I don't know. The Knicks may not feel he works. He's been there.
Yeah, they might just feel, you know, we don't need anybody that small.
Oh wow.
Anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because you know,
Clyde
we got a lot of small
get on
guys.
the phone.
You know, the Knicks got a lot of small guys, so they might feel like, you know, they might feel like they don't need anybody that small right now.
I mean,
that's the only thing I can think. That's the only thing I can think of. I know he's a baller.
He should have his agent call Clyde and see if he got a favor. You know what I mean? Like I'll be in the back of the bench. You know what I mean? Only use me if you feel like it. I just want to be a part of something.
Yeah. Let me get to a phone call. Caller, you live. Name me where you're from, please.
Yo, what's up? It's Walter White calling from Atlanta.
What's going on, brother? How you feeling?
I feel all right. I feel good, man. I mean, you know, we lost. We took the L, but if you see, I think Tibbs understands now that Burks, no more shots. I think Burke been day drinking. No more shots. Deuce need to get them shots that Burke's getting, and all this adversity is what we need to go through right now so we be ready for the playoffs. Just think about it. Y'all saying Randall, y'all nervous. If Randall took the surgery, he didn't take the surgery off the table, because how could you take surgery off the table if you won't even know how the shoulder's going to react to contact? So who does that? What doctor? If the doctor said, oh, you don't need surgery, let's go and play, then no, I'm questionable about that doctor. But he hasn't been cleared for contact, but everybody seen on national TV, he took contact today. He'll be cleared for practice next week. By the 13th or the 14th, he'll be back. Right after him, OG coming back. And regardless of who we play in the playoffs, or anything, if we got all our players on the court, they don't have to be full strength. If they all on the court, I like us. I like us, except for Boston. Boston is We're trying to avoid Boston at all costs. If we could use this time to position ourselves to avoid them until the Eastern Conference Finals, I think we could make it if we're fully healthy. I just want him to somebody DM Deuce and tell him to take more shots. Take Burks shots. Don't let Burks shoot, because Burks is not. I understand Tibbs saying, "Yo, I need these guys to be ready because we need everyone." We don't need Burks. We got Bogdanovich. We could use him as a chip and a piece if needed for the size, but we don't need. If you want to get Donovan Mitchell, that's the same size backcourt playing Brunson and Deuce together. That's the same size backcourt.
Yeah, I mean,
play them. Yeah. Play Deuce more.
I mean, but playing Brunson and Dante is the same size backcourt too. So I mean, you're kind of doing that already there. I mean, I agree. Play Deuce more. You know what I'm saying? Deuce needs to be out there for 30-plus minutes, in my opinion. He should be out there for 30-plus minutes.
I feel you.
Because you can give Josh Hart a little bit of a break. He played 47 minutes. You can give Josh Hart a little bit of a break. You know what I'm saying? And let Deuce take some of those minutes. Because he can give you the same type of defense. He's not going to give you everything. I mean, Josh Hart gave you 18 rebounds tonight. He's not going to give you that. You know what I'm saying? But Deuce is still going to give you that defense out there. You know what I mean? Deuce should be on the floor.
Yeah. Imagine. I mean, I know he's not going to get 18 coming off the bench, but imagine when you bring in Josh Hart off the bench back into the game. You know what I mean? 10, 15, 12 points, 10, 12 rebounds, either or. You don't need them all. If you got the players out there, you don't need them all.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we just got to get these guys back, man. We got to get these guys back. We got how many games left now? 22?
22.
22. Oh, man.
15-7.
Double deuce. We need a double
games.
deuce, a deuce. Double dose.
22 games left. Right now, Denver is beating Miami 56-51. We need Denver to beat Miami tonight. Because Miami right now is just one game behind us in the standings. If they lose, they'll be back to being a game and a half behind us in the standings. So the Knicks definitely need Denver to do us a solid tonight. But it don't let up for the Knicks. They play Cleveland on Saturday. Doesn't let up. Or Sunday, right? Sunday, they play Cleveland. They don't let up. It's tough.
Take Brunson on the points over for Sunday. He always kind of like, when they miss a game, he like Randall. When they miss a game, they come back like they out of whack a little bit. But
yeah, I mean, you get into a groove. You get into a rhythm. The games are every other day for the most part. You're warming up. You got your whole routine. And then that one missed game might throw you off a little bit. Then you got to get back in rhythm. But tonight, though, he just got beat up by Golden State's defense. You know what I mean? He couldn't find any of the open shots that he normally would get, that he would create. They wasn't there. They was hawking them.
It wasn't. You're right. It was putting the beats on them.
Even the end of the half. You know what I'm saying? Chris Paul was like, F it, I'm going to hit him with this. Bong. You know what I'm saying? And the refs didn't call nothing. Brunson didn't want Chris Paul to help him up.
Nope.
And you knew, Sim, probably should have thought going into the game they was going to have a really strong game plan for Brunson.
Yeah.
Because Steve Kerr was coaching him in the USA team. He was looking at all Brunson's nifty moves. Oh,
everything.
yeah.
Everything. Everything. Yeah. Oh, boy. Walter, I appreciate it, man.
Another thing,
too. Go ahead.
One thing, but before you go, like when I was watching the game, I was like, Deuce needs to be Brunson off the bench. When Brunson's out the game, Deuce needs to be, because to me, like earlier, maybe like I say about a month ago, he was looking like, remember how IQ used to look last year, earlier in the season, dribbling a lot, unsure what he should do. Should I shoot? Should I you know what I mean, pass the ball? Should I do this and that? And he needs to shoot the rock. He needs to be Brunson when Brunson's on the bench. Then when you come in and play beside him, then you could defer more. Well, because you don't have the floater, but you got the pull-up jump shot. You could dribble to any spot you want and pull up and shoot, and it's going through the net. And you need to do that more. I think I'm a DM Deuce and tell him, yo, shoot the rock.
Yo, I mean, Deuce is hooping, man. He's hooping. You know, I'm glad the Knicks got him locked up for a couple of years. You know, they got him
On the
locked up.
cheap.
On the cheap. Yeah, on the cheap. He's hooping. You know, Tibbs just got to use him more. He played 22 minutes tonight. Should have played 30 or more.
Yeah, and should have took more shots, but he could be like, he scored 14 and 22. You could score 21 and 30 if you know what I mean, shoot maybe 3-4 times extra. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. But man, I'm not scared of nobody. If we got all our bodies on the court, I'm not scared. No, you'd be able to rumble. But I appreciate you taking my call. I'm gonna drop a little change in the super chat.
I appreciate that. Definitely, I appreciate it.
Hey, I got a hoodie too. I got one of them hoodies. I need to go get one.
Okay, yeah. How's it feel? How's it feel?
Yeah, it's good money. It's good money. And you know, I got my own little company. I want that same kind of hoodie with my logo on it. But yeah, it's good money.
No doubt. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you.
No doubt, man. No doubt.
Peace.
Thank you.
Walter White is a good brother.
Yeah.
He always supports.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Jalen Brunson led the team to score 27 points. I mean, you know, through all the battle for Jalen Brunson, he still shot 44% from the field, 57% from the 3-point line. Ended up with 27 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Did have 4 turnovers tonight. Second leading scorer was Dante DiVincenzo, who did not shoot the ball well at all. He shot 28% from the field. He shot 16% from the 3-point line. 7 rebounds for Dante.
And you talk about Kerr having a game plan for Brunson. I'm sure he had one for DiVincenzo as well. And Sim, you talked about Brunson getting knocked down, which was definitely a foul, no foul call. I think that elbow from Draymond Green was intentional as well. Because I said, and on a replay, he looked straight down at him and just dropped his whole arm down on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't doubt that, Tony. You know, it's no secret. People know. They talk about me. I don't got TNT. Okay, so I was watching the Knick Warrior game through something. And I was actually watching the Warrior broadcast. I've been watching a lot of weird broadcasts lately by these opposing teams. And it was interesting because, yeah, man, the announcers knew everything about DiVincenzo's game. They were like, yeah, they got a good scouting plan. They got a good game plan for him tonight. It was just interesting to watch and also to look at what they looked at when they look at these Knicks. But they were talking really favorable about Brunson. Like, maybe that shot's going to get them going. Oh, the Warriors got to lock them down now. They got to send doubles. It was interesting to hear them talk because that showed a more level of respect for Brunson and what he's becoming. So I really liked listening and hearing that side of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Brunson got respect all across the league.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and every time, he's still 27 tonight. You know what I'm saying? On a night when, it felt like
he had to earn everything.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you would have said, Brunson had 20, 19, I wouldn't have doubted it. I wouldn't have went and double checked
it. It would have made sense for tonight. Yeah.
I wouldn't have double checked the stat sheet.
But 27 and he's dealing with cervical spasms. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, I hope he don't deal with more cervical spasms after tonight because he was getting banged around.
We're going next day. Brunson gonna be out. Excessive double teams.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
man.
shout out to Walter White, who just called in, ladies and gentlemen. Big shout out to you. I appreciate it. He said, passing the plate for one of my favorite Knicks creators. Hit the like button. I appreciate that, my brother. No doubt about it. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. I hate when the Knicks lose like this. I really do. Hate when the Knicks lose like this. Josh Hart had 14 points and 18 rebounds, 7 assists. 47 minutes for Josh Hart tonight. It's a lot of minutes, bro.
Ridiculous, show. And then the way I ain't even gonna say it. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's
He-
like
he play his heart out every minute. You know what I mean? Like every single
that's what I'm
minute.
saying. Like, no, I mean, honestly, really, Knicks fans, no Knicks fans should be talking badly about Josh Hart. I mean, you could joke about him a little bit. Hey, that was a crazy move by Josh Hart. You see him when he threw the ball in the stand, something wild, whatever. But leave it at that. Like, he should be getting hella praise, man. Josh Hart is a warrior, and he's been giving his all. Ever since he kind of got a little healthy after dealing with whatever that knee tendonitis he's been having, he's been giving his all out there,
Yeah.
man. So,
He gives
and
his
now
all, man.
he's been in a position where he could develop more of that stuff playing 47 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. At least the Knicks have 2 days to rest, right? Before they got to play on Sunday. So they can get a little bit of rest. You know, get some of those nicks and bruises cleaned up. For the Golden State Warriors, they were led in scoring by Steph Curry. He had 31 points, 11 rebounds for Steph Curry tonight, only 1 assist. He only shot 42% from the field, but he shot 44% from the three-point line. Jonathan Kuminga killed us all night long. He shot 63% from the field. He was actually 0 for 1 from the three-point line. 25 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, only 1 turnover. Then you had Klay Thompson had 16 points. Chris Paul had 11 points and 6 assists. You know, nice balanced scoring from the Golden State Warriors. You know, they're playing crazy basketball right now. So now they're 4 games above 500, really trying to battle themselves out of the play-in. 2 teams going in opposite directions. One team trying to battle themselves out of the play-in. One team trying to fight from landing in the play-in. You know, I think they're fully healthy, and obviously the Knicks are not fully healthy. So, we just need that. We just need these. We just need some health. We just need some big time. Big time.
But Pudge might have Knicks are nice. It's like JB and Josh Hart need to get off them damn podcasts. I don't know, maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe.
Wait, did you watch it?
Which one?
I
haven't. No, I haven't seen the latest one yet.
Did you watch it, Sin?
No, I haven't seen it.
I ain't watch it either. Knicks and Knights, did you watch it? Because if we all say no, then maybe we need to support it, and maybe that'll get them going.
Maybe.
I mean,
because I haven't seen it lately.
I haven't seen any of them. I just haven't had time to sit down and watch it or anything like that. You know, I seen some like just some clips.
all right.
You know, that's about it. But I haven't really sat down and watched the podcast.
Oh my God, man!
And I feel like they're being. I don't know. I think they're being too strategic with it.
What do you mean?
And I agree. I've watched them. I haven't watched the latest one. I don't watch them when on the game night.
Uh-huh. What do you mean? What do you mean being too strategic with it?
Because it just seems like the newest one, the guess is DiVincenzo, right? And I don't know. I'm probably thinking too much into it, but you know what I mean. It seems like maybe he, you know what I mean. They gave him some bad luck dropping it today when he didn't have this good game. Josh Hart was on. He wasn't shooting well, even though he kind of turned it on after he was on. I don't know. I ain't mad at it.
Yeah. The Knicks tonight, ladies and gentlemen, they actually won the rebounding battle, although it felt like Golden State was grabbing every single offensive rebound. The Knicks won the overall rebounding battle.
By 3, right?
By 3.
Yeah, 56 to 53. Yeah. Golden State did have 16 offensive rebounds, though. Yeah, that's a good number. The Knicks had 17 offensive rebounds.
We beat them in points in the paint because I know a lot of them, they had like 3-4 possessions and they may have scored, but you know what I mean? Like, so it's like 4 offensive rebounds, 2 points. You know what I mean?
Right. No, they beat us points in the paint.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, 58 to 44.
No. Second chance points.
Oh, second chance points. Okay. Yeah, second chance points. We beat them 16-9.
Yeah, see, so they wasn't converting on all the offensive rebounds.
Right.
As well as we were, but still, it was too much.
Yeah, too much. Fast break points. The Knicks lost it 18 to 14. 26 assists for the Warriors, 23 for the Knicks. 8 steals for the Warriors, 7 for the Knicks. 5 blocks, 3 for the Knicks. Warriors with 11 turnovers, the Knicks 12. Shooting, that's what I mean. Really, it came down to shooting in the end. The Warriors were 44.9% from the field. The Knicks were 36.8% from the field. The Warriors didn't shoot that great from 3, 31.8. The Knicks, 30.8. 50% from the free throw line for the Warriors, 70% from the free throw line for the Knicks. If the Knicks could have made, just a few more shots, the Knicks were just, even shots that you assumed was going to go in because they're shots that the Knicks normally make, they just didn't go in. Everything was bouncing out.
So I'm curious because a lot of people are really on the fire Tibbs bandwagon again, and there's a lot of Brunson is doing too much in the chat. My question is, do you want to fire Tibbs because you think that there's a coach out there who is a maestro at doing more with less? Because that's what you're asking. You need someone to come in and take this roster, whatever it is right now, with all these injuries, and get this team to somehow beat these other teams that are better positioned to win games against them, that might have healthier rosters. So that's what you're basically asking for, because Tibbs's systems were working really well when everybody was healthy.
Right.
So I'm just wondering, like, what are we asking here?
Right.
I want Doc.
Oh, hell no. Fuck it.
I was pulling around.
I know you was. I ain't messing with Doc. I like Doc Rivers, but I don't know. I mean, I always ask people who? Like, if you're not bringing in Pop or Spoelstra or even Malone, who are you bringing in that's actually better than Tibbs?
Yeah. And shout out to Keith Turner. I see what and that's going to always be the same point of contention with a lot of fans. Can Tibbs take us to the promised land? Can he get us to the next level? But that shouldn't even be discussed right now, because we're struggling right now in the regular season. And as we all know, Tibbs is a very good regular season coach, but he doesn't have a lot to work with right now. So I'm just saying, no matter who you brought in, Mark Jackson, Pat Riley could come out the rafters and out of the box and come down on the court. He would have a hard time winning consistently with the current team that's out there. It's not easy. I don't know. The injuries is just crazy. So and you got guys playing.
Pat Riley and Spo might be the only 2 guys that could get more.
Maybe right. Yeah, maybe. Maybe they could. Right.
They might be the only 2 that could get more.
Yeah,
but I agree with you.
I mean, who could you really bring in to replace Tibbs that you, in your mind, you're like, I know this guy's going to do a better job? I mean, that's available.
Nixon Knight said Jay Wright.
But you don't know if he's going to do a better job. He hasn't
And
coached in the NBA.
He hasn't coached in the NBA.
You don't know
And
what it's
Kenny
going to be like.
Atkinson, I would have agreed when we were young. You know what I mean? But now this whole roster is tailor made for Tibbs when healthy. So
I mean, really,
you get a new coach. He may want to flip things around, change. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, that's what I've been saying, Tony. Like a new coach, this roster may not fit that new coach's style. This is a
Exactly.
Tibbs-made roster right now.
This is a Tibbs-made roster. This is the roster of people that he's comfortable with throwing out there on the floor. And it's why you heard, you know, in the telecast, they're like, Tibbs expects that this team can win, even though they got guys out, because these are guys that I wanted here. You know? Knicks 100 said they all think it's Johnny Bryant. Yeah, it's a lot of people that always mention Johnny Bryant. But
maybe PV might. Budenholzer, maybe.
Who?
I don't know. Budenholzer was a good coach to me. I don't know. I know he had some things that apparently Milwaukee fans, it drove them crazy. But from the outside looking in, it looked like he was doing great. So,
yeah, it was Tibbs type of things.
Yeah.
So they'll have the same complaints here. The Knicks fans will have the same complaints about Bud. That you know what I mean? After a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I just don't know who you're bringing in that's going to be better. And with like Ron said, with the roster that you have, you bring in a new coach. The roster's going to want that coach is now going to say, I need to tweak the roster this way. Now we got to make some more moves to satisfy that coach. You know what I mean?
And you got to get along with the GM now to be able to, you know what I mean? Convince them to go get the guy you want and all that. Like, man, let's keep the progress going.
We just need to get some of these guys back healthy. I'm with Tony in spirit. I'm not confident they're all coming back healthy, but if we could just get a couple of, one or two of them back healthy, even if it's not, both OG and Randall. If it's one of the two, and then eventually we get Mitch, I think we'll be okay. It's just we need something.
Oh, Mitch coming back by the end of March.
No, I think Mitch will be back. Because another thing that I'm noticing too, guys, Hartenstein don't look the same. Because Hartenstein is playing hurt. And Hartenstein is also not benefiting from OG taking all of the best talent on the opposing team, playing great defense on them and playing great help defense, and then allowing Hartenstein to clean up after he's doing that. That's another thing. OG was definitely helping these Knicks out a lot with the defensive rotations and what they had going out there. People were benefiting, and we're missing that right now.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah. Did you guys see something from Fred Katz today? I didn't have a chance to really read it, but it was about Julius Randle.
Oh no, I missed it. I was busy at work.
I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but it was something that said, and hopefully I didn't just see something that was fake. But it was talking about Julius Randle and that, Randle was kind of like, I'm coming back. Talk about his doctors, like the sentiment from it was like, hey, I'm coming back. You guys got to find a way to make sure that I can play, or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't doubt that that's the way he thinks. I mean, the dude played in college with a bum ankle that needed surgery or whatever. He just kept playing on it. He didn't even. I mean, he's that type. He's if he can play, he'll play.
Yeah.
Thought he was all lefty before.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's not good. I ain't complaining at all.
Well, I mean, the other thing is we're gonna have to probably do. Remember when we played Miami in the playoffs and Jimmy Butler got hurt, and then they were like, "Well, Miami should probably use Jimmy Butler as a decoy." Yeah. Right.
I mean, if it's decoy, then I'm with you. I we don't need to do that into the playoffs. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to decoy him in the regular season because now that's not. You know what I mean? Everybody know what it is by the time the playoffs.
That's
start.
true. Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Yeah, that's definitely true. I don't
Oh,
know,
man.
man. I don't know. You
Remember
know,
when when you was on the show the other day, they brought up the whole you guys concerned that the Knicks might fall into the play-in. I'm not.
that pissed me off. That was JJ, right?
that was JJ. That was JJ. Tony was mad off of
I
that
don't
one.
want to think about it, man. But
Tony was mad off of that one.
They
I
had me
mean,
doing damn near doing the whole show on it the next day because I'm thinking about it all day. Like, I can't believe he said this.
right now the Denver Nuggets are up 78-65 with 1 minute and
Okay.
22 seconds in the third quarter. So that's good. That's
let's go,
good.
Denver.
That's good. We need that. We need that. And let me see. The Magic won. Who else? Nobody else. Nobody else in that race is playing or played tonight. So if Miami loses, they will stay a game and a half behind the Knicks. They'll drop to 33-26 if they lose. Orlando's 34-26. Indiana's 34-26. It's getting close.
And that's why,
It's
honestly,
getting close.
I'm not saying I want Miami to win, but I'd rather the Miami matchup than a Pacer matchup because
Yeah,
that means
I
the
mean-
Pacers move above them, right?
Right. I mean, the thing is this. Like when I say it's getting close, the Knicks play Cleveland on
Yeah, no, I know.
Sunday, right? If they lose to Cleveland, we gotta win that game. If we lose to Cleveland and these other teams win, now we're tied, and we lose the tiebreaker to Orlando. I think. Do we lose it to Indiana? I think they're up 2-1.
Yeah.
Right? We lose the
what
tiebreaker
I'm
to Indiana. Right? We lose the tiebreaker. Well, no, we beat Miami and we beat Philadelphia, so we got the tiebreaker over those teams. You know, so that game is we need to get that win against Cleveland on Sunday. Right? And when you look at the other teams, if we look at the upcoming schedule, Cleveland plays Detroit. They're above us anyway. Indiana plays the Pelicans. We need the Pelicans to get that win,
Yes, sir.
right? We really need the Pelicans to win that game. All right, that's on Friday. On Saturday, Miami plays
Orlando.
Utah at home, I think. So they'll probably win, good chance they're going to win that game. And Orlando doesn't play again until Sunday. And on Sunday, Orlando plays Detroit. Indiana plays San Antonio. The Knicks play Cleveland.
Let's go Detroit. Let's go San Antonio. Wimby is that dude.
So
Let's
we
go
need some
King.
teams to do some stuff for us, man. Or else Sunday could be, that could be the time.
Sunday,
we,
bloody Sunday.
Yeah. We could drop down to we could be
You
dropping down to the 6th seed or something like that if we don't
got
get that
the
win.
title already. Bloody Sunday.
We need that win on Sunday bad.
Man, I think
That's a
we
must win.
might the first quarter might determine how that game is going to go. You might see second quarter OG coming out the locker room
Yeah.
Like Willis Reed.
just to sit on the bench. Just to sit on the bench.
Right.
He ain't coming in the
Right.
game, though.
Wow.
Oh man.
That's tough.
I'm not
That's
looking
tough.
forward to Sunday now.
I mean, I
Yeah,
already
looking
knew
forward
I was
to it.
gonna miss the next 2 games because work schedule is stupid, but
I don't know. We got to find out.
Maybe
we
they
got,
need
we got,
to, I mean, I know it's been going back and forth. Maybe maybe Tibbs needs to shake it up. Maybe he needs to shake it up. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Bogdanovich pop it in the starting lineup. I don't know.
I mean, at this point, we gotta try anything. Like I said, I'll cheat. I don't know. Pay off the ref. Somebody get a ref. Somebody pay off one of the refs or something.
But even when we get stuff going in our favor, people forget. Like we got one game that we had a good call that went our way. Next day, oh man, Knicks is benefiting. They don't understand what we've been dealing with this all season.
All season.
We could do a Celtics pride and do Cleveland pride and kidnap Donovan Mitchell.
Right.
So is the idea.
You know, we can go kidnap him, bring him back to New York and hide him at the Garden.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Hide him at the Garden and don't let him out until until free agency starts.
Put him in Herb Williams' room downstairs.
You know what I'm saying? Kidnap him. Let the Cleveland Cavaliers believe that he just went AWOL, so now they want to get rid of him. Boom. Oh, what do y'all think about that game, Cleveland game? They're playing, they're playing great basketball.
Lights out, man. They're playing a lot better than who we played just now. Golden State has been playing. You know what I mean? Like they've been playing better for a lot longer.
And they actually are really dangerous because they have learned to gel. Those acquisitions they've made are fitting in nicely. And, I was looking at Cleveland stuff the other day, and Cleveland fans were upset with Garland, like he's stealing money, and they still winning. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's only because they did well when he went out.
Yeah.
I think that's the only reason why. Because prior to, and granted, they were like 12-13 or 13-12 before the injuries, where it looked like they was gonna lose some games, and they went on this crazy run. But prior to that, the talk was all, "Oh, we should just let Donovan go now because we know he ain't staying. Build around Garland, Garland and Mobley." So.
Yeah, but you know how that is, Tony. It goes back to the same thing. Oh, like a new team or new pieces, a different style of offense. Patience. You got to give it time to gel and people got to start getting comfortable. And let me tell you, the one thing I will say that probably benefited them, it's the same thing that we hope benefits us, but it hasn't really worked yet, is when your star players are out hurt. Donovan missed some time. Garland missed some time. So guys like Strus and other guys got to step up and really get comfortable with the team. So now when these guys come back, they know their roles. They fit in. It's working out for them for now. And a nice little soft schedule doesn't hurt.
Yeah. They're 38-20 right now. They are 6-4 in the last 10. So yeah, at one time they were like blazing hot.
Yeah.
You know, so they've kind of come down from that. But still, they're a hot team, second in the Eastern Conference. They're actually tied, as far as games back with the Milwaukee Bucks. But Cleveland they're above them by percentage points, right? Their percentage points is .655. Milwaukee is .650.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
wow.
I don't know, man. Maybe the Knicks can. Let's put it like this. I will say this: the more this lineup plays together, the better they'll probably get. Right, as they get a little bit more comfortable with each other, Tom Thibodeau gets a little bit more comfortable with what some of his new guys can do. With this particular team, they probably get a little bit more comfortable. Doesn't mean that they have the horses to win. I think. They just got to be able to pull out one or two here and there, so that they don't go on like a 8-9 game losing streak. You do that, you're in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Craig is Craig, my guy. He said Donovan Mitchell is a superstar and Brunson a reserve all-star. You can't compare him to Donovan Mitchell, period. I mean, you know what? Technically, you're right. Until they're at the dinner table where Donovan is sitting down waiting to eat and Brunson's in the kitchen cooking. Because until they play each other and Brunson continues to cook them, it don't really matter what his accolades are. Brunson is now ascended, man. He's in the Donovan. We talk about Donovan Mitchell because we always like, oh, he averages 27, 28 points per game. Well, that's what Jalen Brunson does now. We talking about Jalen Brunson struggling and all this stuff because he has to. Y'all making it seem like it's so easy to score 27 points against a team that is geared towards stopping you all night, double teams, and you're actually going up against good defenders. The height disadvantage between him and Kuminga, like that's not easy. And then getting flashes of double teams, and or Moses Moody was playing pretty good defense on Jalen Brunson all night as well. So I don't know how you say, knocking the guy with, and we also, Sim just told you that he was dealing with cervical spasms, man. like what are we doing? Come on, man. Yeah, I don't know why y'all let him. I mean, he should have called that podcast the Underdogs because that's all they are. They ain't the roommates, they're the underdogs. It's just, don't stop.
Yeah.
Or the overachievers.
The overachievers. I like that. That might be my next venture. Sorry, you put it out there, Tony.
Yeah.
You know how I feel, bro.
It's we're in a crazy stretch. But if we fall to the play-in, oh man, we can't fall no lower than the 7th seed. We can't just rely on one game to get in.
I mean even if we fell to the play-in, Sim, with this team, no. But if we fell into the play-in and we go into a play-in matchup with, Julius, OG, and Mitchell Robinson, and that, all right, let's just do what we got to do, get in there, and then make it work. But if it's this team that goes and falls to the play-in, and that's what we go to war with, nah, brother, I don't like it.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. We got to be going to war with the guy, our guys. Got to.
Mm-hmm.
Got to be going to war with them.
There it is.
What did he say? What was that? Put it up on the screen. What was that?
I know. It just comes in like rapid fire. Bing. Bing. Wait, hold on. I lost it. My fault. There it is. Like,
why so much
no
hate?
Josh Hart slander?
Why so much hate? The guy just put 47 minutes out there on the floor, 14 points and 18 rebounds at 6'4". Played his heart out the whole night. Why is he an overpaid bum? Like he does, he act whatever you ask him to do, he does it. He doesn't care if he's hurt. He got smacked in the nose.
3 threes tonight?
3 threes, 3 for 9. He got smacked in the nose.
I know he shot 9, but that's still 33%.
Yeah, blood pouring out of his nose the last game. Still comes back in and battles. You know what I mean? Why is he a bum? Why is he an overpaid bum? I don't understand.
I don't think he's overpaid, and I don't think he for the effort that he gives and what he's willing to try to do for the team. You can't knock it. Of course, we would like more from the guy, but come on, man. Like, he's trying out there. The Knicks offense looks putrid at times because there's nobody else stepping up. Like, if DiVincenzo's good and he's got it going, fine. Then people can build off of that because now you got Brunson and DiVincenzo. But on a night like tonight, when DiVincenzo is struggling, like, come on, what do you expect? The defense they not even pressing. They know Josh Hart is not that type of guy, but he's forcing the issue. That's why he's taking 9 shots. If this was earlier Josh Hart, when we knew OG and these guys were healthy, he wouldn't be taking all these shots because it's not like it. He would look at it like it's going to hurt the team. He's that type of player. You can't tell me different. He's doing what needs to be done.
Yeah,
that's all you can ask.
Right.
He's not overpaid. He's overplayed.
There you go.
Yeah.
Josh, Uncle Fulio said, we went from popping champagne for beating Denver by 40 to worrying about the play-in. Come on. This is why we have to stay even keeled during the regular season. Ebbs and flows, we will be okay. But Josh, you're acting like you're acting like the ebb.
Injuries.
You're acting like the ebb is us at full strength. We're worried about the play-in only because we're not healthy. So that makes the play-in a definite possibility if guys don't come back. Now, I can see how your statement would make a lot of sense if everybody was healthy and we were in this situation, right? In my opinion, if everybody is healthy, the Knicks have 40-plus wins right now if everybody is healthy. You know what I'm saying? So, I get it. I appreciate the super chat too. Thank you. I definitely appreciate that. I still think you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because I just think it's a little. We have the right to be worried about the play-in because we don't have the horses out there. If you're telling me, Josh, that we will be okay with this current basketball team, you're wrong. We won't be okay with this current basketball, the players that's playing right now. We will get eliminated. Shoot, with this current basketball team right now, if we play with just this group to the end of the season, we might not make the play-in. I don't know.
I'll tell you what, though. If we beat Cleveland by 40 next game, I'm popping champagne.
Word up, because we need that win. If we beat them by 1, I'm going to pop some champagne because we need the win. Shoot.
We definitely need the victory.
We need that win big time.
All right, look, guys. I mean, can we just move on from that? We already know he's gotten the contract. Yeah, you might want to say that should they have given him $80 million for 4 years? Maybe not. All right, it is what it is, but they did it, and we already talked about it. Maybe a year, 2 years from now, with contracts and money's going up for teams, it's not going to look as bad as it looks now. But it maybe it's marginally, it's a little over what it should be.
Right.
But I mean,
and
come
isn't
on,
there
man.
a team option in there?
I believe there is a team option
for Josh Hart.
And the fact that complain about it next year when the extension kicks in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's making $12.9 million this year.
He picked up his
Extension hasn't
option,
even-
so
Right. He's not
complain
even
about it next year.
he's not even getting paid $18 million yet. He's making 12.
There's a club option in there,
Yeah.
Tony. You're right.
So,
Yep. 27,
Come on,
28. There's a club option. He's making $12.9 million this year. He gets a $6 million, less than a $6 million raise for next year, like a $5.2 million raise for next year. And then the year after that, he gets a $1.3 million raise. Then the year after that, he gets another $1 million raise. It's
if they pick it up.
well for the 26-27 season, he gets a it's not even. It's like a $1.5 million raise. Right. And then for 27-28,
yeah.
that's the option year. It would be $22.3 million.
Yeah. It's just a New York thing. I mean, I get that. The Josh Hart, I'm not going to go too crazy with it because I can understand it's a good amount of money. So, okay. But it's going to happen no matter what. If we keep Jalen Brunson and Jalen Brunson gets his contract, it's going to be over $200 million. People are going to be like, man, that's a lot of money for Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to say something.
Yep.
They're going to be like, he doubled his money. He got to play twice as good.
So, I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, listen, Josh Hart's giving you work out there. He's giving you work. Sean said, hey, Sim, just because Josh Hart played 48 minutes a game doesn't mean he's good. He's not just playing 48 minutes. He gave you 14 points and 18 rebounds in 47 minutes. Right? I mean, that's good production.
I would think so, especially when your guard is out rebounding your big men. I mean, I would think that's something.
That's pretty good production.
And, he's playing good, he's playing adequate defense along the way.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Keith Turner laughing at 14 points. Why?
I mean, if you watch tonight's game, Keith Turner, man, 14 points was a blessing.
Was a
compared
blessing.
to what we was getting from some
Right.
guys.
And he
Right.
hit 3 threes.
You know, I don't know. People hating on Josh Hart. People devalue hustle, I guess. You know what I mean? You know, because it doesn't look pretty. But, you know, Josh Hart gives us something that we need out there on the floor. You know what I mean? I value it. And I agree. In a year or two, you're going to look at it and say, oh, that's all he makes. That's not too bad. It's not going to be an albatross of a contract, in my opinion.
He was taking that. You got to play all 48 minutes, literally.
Yes. Man.
Josh said, we're overrating. I don't think I'm overrating Josh Hart. I don't expect Josh Hart to be our leading scorer. I don't expect him to be our leading rebounder. I expect him to do exactly what he does. Hustle, fit in where he gets in, grab some rebounds, you know, play some good defense, knock down, you know, some threes here and there, score in transition. That's exactly what I expect Josh Hart to do. And that's what he does. And for some people, that's value.
You know, and here's the other thing, guys. I'm perplexed by this, but I get it. There's just something that Knicks fans don't like about Josh Hart. Okay, it is what it is. No matter what we say, there's something they don't like about Josh Hart. I get it. But even tonight, man, we talked about it already. But not only did he have 14 points, 18 rebounds, he had 7 assists and 2 steals, right? The last game, 15, 10, and 5 and 2. The game before that, 23, 8 and 6, 16, 8 and 6, 18 and 12. He had one stinker against Orlando. Everybody's due a stinker. The game before that, 17, 11 and 5. Another stinker, 23, 10 and 12, a triple double. Then he had a 10 and 10. Then the day before that, he had another triple double.
Yeah.
Like, he's been playing pretty good basketball.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's the squeaky voice.
It could be.
Maybe it's a squeaky voice. You know, he's got all this hustle, da-da-da-da, and he's like, hey, let's go. You know, squeaky voice.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna get up out of here for the night. Hate that the Knicks lost, but, you know, hopefully we gonna make it out of this slump, get healthy, and you know, be able to do something. Still be able to do something. We had so many expectations after the OG trade with the way the Knicks were playing. You know what I mean? Now, of course, we're struggling because of injuries. So hopefully it's gonna get better. Any last words, Josh?
Josh ain't here.
Ron.
I'm sorry. I was using my best Uncle Fulia. Sorry. I don't have any final words, man. I just Knicks fans, take it easy, man. We in this together. It's gonna be a struggle. I'm losing a little bit of my light too, but I ain't giving up on the team. I know we got to keep fighting, but we got to keep believing, man. We stop believing in them, they'll stop believing in themselves.
Yeah.
I don't really believe that, but you know, I kind of to an extent. So what I will say is, Knicks fans, start bigging up Deuce, because Deuce is showing a level of confidence on his own. But if he starts, because he be in social media, if you start bigging him up in social media, because no one ever really talks about Deuce in that light, but now we're starting to. Continue to do that. Continue to show Deuce that we need more from you. You're doing really good out there. You can do even more. And we'll see if that changes how Deuce is out there, because I think Deuce is ready to take another step in his progression.
Be nice.
That's all I got.
Yeah, be nice. Tony, some last words?
Come see the return of Julius Randle and OG Anunoby on March 10th with the NBA fam and Andy. Get your tickets now. The return of Julius Randle and OG Anunoby. I'm calling it.
The link is in the chat. It's also in the description of the video, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you get them. Tickets going to be gone, so make sure you get them. Hurry up and get them. Your direct deposit went through already, so go ahead and take care of that business. It's midnight. I know the direct deposit went through. Tomorrow's Friday. March 10th, $220 per ticket, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and take care of that. Sean Richardson wants me to tell the truth about Josh Hart. He had 14 points, and he was 4 for 17 from the field. He was. He also had 18 rebounds. Oh, and 7 assists. I'm telling you the truth. 18 rebounds and 7 assists. So, there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of here. Again, make sure you get those tickets. All right? The link is in the chat, in the description of the video. We appreciate you, and we're out. Peace.
This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.